I don't mean to scandalize.
Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Hey guys, so it's checkout time. We have everything packed up. Lisa packed up pretty much everything and even got to shower. I've been glued to watching the Chelsea match. We ate breakfast. We're leaving now. Light returned last night. We were looking on the camera and then we actually even saw them come and on schedule come to mow the lawn. So everything at least at home will kind of look like nothing happened for us as far as the storm goes, but this was an event to say the least. Lisa's just getting finished dressing. I'm gonna get in the bathroom and we're out. So if anything, we'll see you in the car or see you back home. But see you when I see you.
Goodbye, Flamingo Crossing. It was great. Again, home too sweet. Always feels like home. See you when we get home. So, same thing like when we were leaving, the old Lake Wilson Road had some water. It's like from one swamp area leading to a stream on the other side that I thought it would kind of dry up, but it's still not dry. You know, I wasn't really thinking, so I should have told Dan, like, no, don't come on this road again. But we're not risking it. We went through that already, so we're not gonna go through that again.
Once bitten, twice shy. I mean, the thing is that, to be fair, there's only been like one day of like full sun. This is like
that is true. That is true.
Also, just can't take any rainfall right now.
Yeah, we definitely can. It's 82 degrees, so it feels nice outside, but it's definitely not like a scorcher where you're like, yeah, the water's gonna evaporate quickly. And Florida's land is like limestone, so like once our aqueduct is like filled, any extra water is literally just gonna stay on top of the water that's underneath the ground. So that's probably what's happening as well.
It will clear up as long as the weather stays like this for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And we don't get no like torrential downpour.
But definitely I can't tell you if, well, I haven't watched the news yet, so
regardless of that, I just not chancing it with the whole driving couple inches of the water. We went through that with the last senator. You know, R.I.P. Sleffen.
And so, this you know, we are living in a time where cars are expensive, used car, new cars, all type of cars are expensive. So if this one damaged, I don't know if we could afford to get another car right now. We'd be doing a one car thing for a while.
Yeah, well, I don't finish drive out this engine where we're buying at this car. Yeah. We replace this engine, we ride this car till the wheels fall off, or at least until the car market bursts, which it look like it's happening now. Because there's a lot of, unfortunately, repossession that is happening, not getting reported, but a lot of that is happening. And it's because the cars are like the houses are way overvalued now. I mean, you have cars selling for more than when they were brand new.
Yep.
And like even this car, I think, funny enough, for what we bought it for, insurance wise, value wise, this would probably,
and then with the new engine,
this probably would end up getting more money for it. But I'm not going through that whole insurance thing and all of that. So anytime I see too much water and I look like a truck even have to slow down for getting through the water, we'll just turn back and go another way. There has to be another way.
Yep.
Oh, it's a spider?
I don't know.
Some kind of bug.
Is that in the car?
No, it just fall down all.
You understand why I call this place mist.
Alright, hopefully you guys can see. And I don't mean to scandalize the builder or anybody like that. This is just something to think about, right? So these houses, we came to the end of the houses that I theorize are already sold. Because they haven't commissioned anything in the back to be built. So I think what they're doing now is just playing catch up on what was already pre-sold. Maybe like, you know, like not sight unseen, obviously, because they weren't built, but like pre-construction sales, right? So this is after the storm now. You can see what we were talking about. The second floor is all wood on those. And to be fair, they're probably built to hurricane standard and all of that, right? But you can see here, I'm gonna take you around. These were all left out here. But you see this house here, and you see that is from downpour rain, and now this thing kind of just kind of dropped down. I'll try and get a little closer without going all onto the people property. You can see this is the garage, and that's just drenched and come down now. Do I think that the trusts and those things are compromised? Probably not. At the same time, it's something to think about, you know, like the poor homeowner doesn't know that this probably happens. And if they don't come back and do the right thing by that homeowner, they're just going to kind of tack that up, and all of that like stuff that's been exposed to hurricane rains and wind and all of that will just be hidden behind just kind of tacking it back up. This Tyvek home wrap stuff has taken a beating. And to be fair, it stood up against it. But again, the windows that are out, all of those beams and stuff were all going to be hit with all kind of rain and stuff like that. So this is the kind of thing you have to think about when you're doing like construction anywhere in Florida, really. So again, I'm not trying to scandalize the builder. This is nothing to do with I don't even know who they are now. Is it Lancia or
Lancia? But
they were.
I don't know if what are they gonna do to this? Are they going to?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't, you know. Hopefully they come and do by the homeowner the right thing, and you know, redo that. But
like
the likelihood is they could easily just come back and just pack that in there, and you're not going to know that your wood beams all of your like.
You could come and look, but if you're like from Georgia,
if you're anywhere like, that's not local where you can't come up here,
you're not gonna come and be like, oh, this is what happened after. That's sad. So like this house seems to be like the last of the last ones here. Magically, none of these lots back here have been like. It says available, sold. One of that is sold. This was the end of this phase, and then over here was the full-on Lancia, but that one had a Lancia sign in the over there. So they look like they're putting up some stuff now. Oh, they did start. Ooh, look at us talking the business and don't know the business. All right, so this one says sold, available. Let's see how long they're going to stay available. That's what I'm saying. Over here is sold. But when did you put in your request for this lot over here? Long time probably. Here's another one that says sold. Another one that says sold. Alright, so they're building. These look tight.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's about tight. Yeah, that's about as tight as this nice. Sold. Let's see, none of these have any. I still stand by the fact that I think what is going on is they're catching up with the ones that have already been sold. They might have been selling phase 3, and there still are going to be people that's going to be buying in this time, but the slowdown where they were like not even customing homes and they were just all sold. What I theorize is happening is that a lot of these are already sold already, and they're showing up in this quarter as the sale, even though they have already been, you know, been commissioned to be built already. As far as like someone saying like as of this year, or you know, within the last 2 months or something, buying a lot in here, that's probably slowed down significantly, and will start to slow down even more. There's more homes down that way that they have planned. Yeah. So you guys have seen me walk back here and know that this is usually not this high. You see the lily pads like that, like that's normal, but like right? Yeah, this is high up, and I was probably much higher the other day, to be honest. Maybe Thursday was probably much higher. So I kind of disagree with Dan because I think that these are homes that they expected to be like sold out just as quickly as before, and they can't sell them. And I think they what they're building now might be what some people may have signed up for a while back, and then they might just have to build and do the same thing and just kind of have these homes empty until somebody wants to buy them. Because I don't think they want. No, but you're seeing it as like all of them have been commissioned, right? And you think that they're just like, oh, we already had this amount of sales closings this part of the year already.
No,
so let's save them till next year.
I don't think they've sold any of those things back there.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is slowing down on purpose and acting as if like, oh,
they're not slowing down on purpose. I don't think they can slow. They're not actively slowing down anything. They just can't sell it. Period. I think that's the difference.
I think that's where the only disagreement is. I think they're purposely moving slower than they can, using the pandemic as an excuse, like, oh, it's still using supply chain as an excuse to slow down on, so that the closes happen at different times to spread out what they already sold, because they're not getting the sales in the forward. And they are going to have to build some and they have to sit down empty. That is what I think is happening. Whereas before it was like, as they clear off a piece of land, all of the houses were sold and they didn't have to do anything beforehand. So
Dan is going to put the fan blades back in. Literally, that's it. Snap. Snap. Much easier to get in than to come out. Done. Again, this is the Hampton Bay indoor-outdoor fan. I will try to find the link and put it in the description.
Alright guys, so outside is pretty much assembled again. Pretty much back like you would have never known anything happened. Lisa is taking down the last of our tape from the windows. Our neighbors took down theirs. Another neighbor took down his flyboard. I got my solar lights back out. Just like that. Snap the fan back in place. I have to say, as long as you remember to pull the one that's on the inside out, other than they're just leaving a tiny gap in there to kind of pull them out, for a hurricane and an indoor outdoor, this thing is Florida proof. It's super simple. I just left the body out for hurricane, and that was that. Just gonna bring around the chair now, and you would have never known that Hurricane Ian had passed through here, which again I have to give thanks for. I don't say that with any kind of, I say that with happiness for me, but not no glee at anybody else's expense or belittling the damage this storm has caused in other areas. I'm just saying where we are, I have to give thanks that it really left us virtually unscathed. If you're gonna hear me say that a lot, but like I said, you would never had known that a couple of days ago there was a Cat 3, Cat 4 storm, hurricane out here, on record for one of the strongest storms to pass through Florida. So give thanks, this place held up very well, didn't flood, no major damage, my neighbor's fence stayed up, and back to living life. Again, we always warn you about the stuff in Florida, but this is the other part of living in Florida. As quickly as it changes and turns into hurricane and like doom and gloom, it's back to me outside sweating and asking for water and stuff like that. And again, looking at dragonflies bouncing around. We're back to that. I was ringing in the end of summer, and Florida said, nope, not so fast. Remember, we only have summer, and like a week of winter down here. So it is what it is. It's very hot outside, but we need the hot right now to kind of dry up what can dry up as far as all of that water. Anyway, let me get this chair around and get the things back in, and probably take a sip of something nice and cold from the chair with the fan on before I go take my nap for work tonight. So see you guys.
it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time. You will always be my inspiration.